Welcome to this explainer. Look, right off the bat, I want you to take a massive, truly cosmic step back. Just completely forget your daily routine for a second, and imagine you're floating deep in the cold, dark expanse of space, looking right back down at our beautiful blue marble, Earth. You know, we're constantly looking out into the stars, searching for any sign of life, any tiny whisper in the dark. But today we're flipping the telescope around.
Okay, let's dive into this. If a highly advanced civilization is pointing their instruments at Earth right now, what exactly are they seeing? Seriously, put yourself directly in the shoes, or hey, maybe the tentacles, of an alien observer staring right back at our planet from light years away. Are they picking up our art, our culture, the internet? Well, no, probably not. What they're likely looking for are technosignatures. These are traces of advanced activity that just absolutely cannot be explained by natural geology or weather. And as you'll see, we might actually be putting on quite a show without even realizing it.
Take a look at this immense structure. This right here is the Topaz Solar Farm out in California. It spans a massive 25.6 square kilometers. Now, from the ground, sure, it's a total marvel of renewable energy. But from deep space, this immense, highly structured, completely unnatural geometric grid could be a glaring technosignature. It's literally a massive beacon of organized technology. I mean, it doesn't look like a mountain range and it doesn't look like a forest. It looks exactly like what it is, the undeniable product of an intelligent, industrious civilization.
Section 1. Unintentional signals. It turns out that the things we consider entirely mundane on a daily basis are actually unintentionally shouting our existence right into the cosmic void. Section 2. Dreams of the past. Because you see, to truly grasp the wild irony of our modern beacons, we really have to look back at what scientists were dreaming up centuries ago. And you can see just how creative and, frankly, how desperate humanity was to make contact. Look at these primitive, totally wild proposals highlighted by Douglas Vakoch, who's the president of METI International. I mean, you had the brilliant mathematician Carl Friedrich Gauss allegedly proposing that we completely deforest vast expanses of Siberia. Why? Just to carve out a gigantic, continent-sized representation of the Pythagorean theorem. And if that wasn't intense enough, other scientists imagined digging massive canals straight across the Sahara Desert, filling those trenches with kerosene and setting the whole thing on fire. Literally, just to send a blazing right signal from the dark side of the Earth to anyone who might be watching on the Moon or Mars. We've always had this deep historical urge to sort of wave our hands from the dark side of the Earth and scream, "Hey, we are here." Section 3. Intelligible signals. The core logic behind those wild 19th century fires was actually pretty simple. Create undeniable, unmistakable geometry. So the crucial point is this. Back in 1896, the polymath Francis Galton published a fascinating paper in the Fortnightly Review titled Intelligible Signals Between Neighboring Stars. In the realm of astronomy, his theory fundamentally shaped how we think about interstellar communication. He argued that any signal we send out absolutely must be intrinsically understandable by any advanced intelligence. It can't rely on human language, right? It has to rely on the universal language of math and geometry. Basically, a shape or a pattern that sharply stands out from the random chaos of nature. And this brilliantly illustrates that exact concept. What you're looking at isn't a deliberate message to the stars. It's definitely not a 19th century scientific experiment. These are simply agricultural fields in southern Poland, viewed from space. But look at this structure. The stark, striped, repeating patterns create the exact kind of intelligible, unnatural geometry that Galton dreamed of, and that Gauss wanted to carve right into Siberia. We are doing it purely by accident, literally just by growing our food. Section 4. Our modern beacons. We are currently living out the absolute wildest dreams of those 19th century scientists. Notice the stark contrast here. On the left, we have the failed, deliberate communication attempts of our past. You know, the geographic math, the flaming trenches. We obviously never actually built those. But on the right, look at the incredibly successful, yet completely accidental beacons we are currently building every single day just to sustain our modern lives. We're talking massive, heat-generating data centers processing our internet, endless brightly lit commercial zones, giant solar megastructures like that Topaz farm we saw earlier. We essentially traded intentional signaling for accidental megastructures. And in doing so, we might have accidentally created the loudest interstellar beacon possible. Which leads us to this final, incredibly provocative thought. You know, we've spent so much time wondering how to say hello,
that we rarely stop to think about what our planet is already broadcasting. With our massive solar farms, our glowing cities, and our highly organized agricultural grids acting as these sort of cosmic lighthouses, well, perhaps an extraterrestrial civilization is already watching us. Maybe someone out there has already detected our accidental megastructures, interpreting our data centers and farm fields as a massive beacon. And right now, they know exactly where we are. It leaves you with a profound sense of cosmic vulnerability, doesn't it?